Tim Marshall on the R&B Showcase, TSOP, The Sound of Philadelphia, a Tom Bell production bringing you Mighty Love from the Spinners. And we're coming at you from the city of brotherly love. It's a great day in Philadelphia with a very special guest on the line. He's from just outside of Detroit, Michigan, home of Motown, Hitsville, USA. For more than a decade, he was one of the featured lead singers of one of the greatest groups in American popular music history. The group was inducted into the R&B Hall of Fame, Vocal Group Hall of Fame, and have a name synonymous with first-class showmanship, with songs such as Working My Way Back to You, Games People Play, and I'll Be Around. This gentleman helped to extend that great legacy. We're going to welcome to the R&B Showcase, Charlton, Washington. What's happening?
What's going on, Tim? You know what? I'm coming from Motown. We're in Philly right now, correct?
You got that right, brother.
Well, I tell you, I always wanted to do this, so I have to do this. I got to do it.
Okay.
Motown, Philly, back again, doing a little East Coast swing. Back in school, we used to dream about this every day. What's going on, Philadelphia?
Oh, yes, indeed. We got the man, Charlton. What's going on, man? You stuck. That voice is great, man. You're sounding good.
Oh, man, I'm feeling good. How are you, Tim?
I'm doing good, brother. I'm doing good. Now that I got you on the phone with us here today, and man, you with the Spinners for more than a decade. I mean, how long were you with that group?
Well, I was actually with the group almost 13 years. Just under 13 years with that fabulous group.
I mean, that's so much a part of your history. We got to talk a little bit about it. What was your experiences like getting in part with the Spinners? Because first of all, you not only are they a great group. I mean, you talk about Mighty Love, Could It Be I'm Falling in Love, Rubber Band Man, One of a Kind Love Affair. But you had a giant pair of shoes to fill. Think about these guys that helped to build a legacy along with yourself. People like G.C. Cameron, John Edwards, Felipe Wynn. You had to come behind all of these great men. You're a fabulous singer yourself. But what was that experience like? I mean, what was it like getting with this group?
Well, getting with the group in itself was a great experience. I mean, it was actually the experience of a lifetime. I went down and I auditioned for the position at Bobby Smith's house.
Mm-hmm.
And to make a long story short, he just told me to stay in touch with him. Just keep in touch with me.
Mm-hmm.
Keep in touch with me, and you're my guy. And it took about 8 months before I actually got the position. But when I got the position, we were in Motown, where I lived, and they had the NAACP National Convention, and it was the Spinners. It was the Temptations, it was Martha Reeves and the Vandellas on that show. And this was, I hadn't actually rehearsed with the guys, but I auditioned. And I waited 8 months and I studied their video of their live show.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I got the call, I was just ready. I was ready for that moment. And I came in, I wasn't even in uniform. They told me to wear black and gray. I came to the show in black and gray, and I came from backstage on Could It Be I'm Falling in Love, doing the Felipe Wynn part.
Mm-hmm.
And the crowd was like, who is this guy?
Mm.
And we did like 45 minutes. We got 3 standing ovations on the songs that were, doing lead on, of course. And, at the end of that show, Bobby asked the crowd, is he a keeper? And they, with a roaring yes, they said, H, yes. and I was on the road with them after that. The next day I was on the road, and we went up to Upper Michigan, and the fans were just enormous. I mean, they had albums, and they wanted us to sign albums and put our hands in cement and write our names up under our hand, and they'll be there forever. This is my second show with the Spinners. I was just amazed at the outpouring of the fans, and the experience of coming behind those great legends was enormous. I had to actually study mostly Felipe Wynn because he does most of the lead parts that I covered, but I had to cover him, John Edwards, and also G.C. Cameron. and all three of those singers are just great in their own right. And I had to actually study them to learn how to be a spinner. But the main, again, Bobby was my choice. He was the guy that brought me in. But I learned to be a spinner. Truly, I was trained and taught by none other than Henry Fambro, and he was the tactician. He was the trainer, and he trained us and taught us how to truly be spinners. When I came to the group, I was a great singer in my own right. Don't get me wrong, but I learned to be a spinner through Henry Fambro.
Interesting thing. You talk about Henry Fambro and you talk about Bobby Smith. You were also there with Purvis Jackson.
Absolutely. And let me speak a little bit about Purvis Jackson. When I first came to the group, Purvis was there maybe 8 months before he left the group. And he was at the latter part of his career, quite naturally. And Purvis had that deep bass voice. But when you get older, actually your voice go down a little bit. So Purvis' bass was even deeper. And when I was on stage with him and he would sing, the stage would absolutely rumble. You could feel the vibration under your feet. I've never, ever felt that before with any bass singer that I've been on stage with, other than the one and only Purvis Jackson. And he was a very funny, comical guy until the day he left this earth. Even in his hospital bed, he's cracking jokes. That was Purvis Jackson.
Well, I'm glad I had an opportunity to meet Purvis and all the spinners, and you're all great guys. I mean, you have a great group, and it's still a great group, and you were part of that history of that group, and we just with so many memorable shows and events. I mean, you did the Soul Train cruises and all of these things. Is there any event that just really sticks out in your mind as most memorable for being with that group?
Well, that's a great question. Like I say, the fans are just fabulous. See, it's different things that stick out when you're a performer. Sometimes it's the places you go because they're very beautiful. But sometimes it's the places you go because of how you're treated by the people. And so the first year I was with the group, we went to, believe it or not, it was Providence, Rhode Island. And they gave us the key to the city. It was like they rolled out the red carpet, and it really stuck out in my mind. And I'll never forget that. I just felt very special when we went there. But there's been several occasions like that throughout my career. So I don't want to single out just one, because there's several wonderful experiences throughout my life. And with the spinners, we went to Africa. The people would sing the songs, like when we sang Sadie and songs like that, I didn't even have to sing. They sung the song so loud and so well. It was like, wait a minute, I don't even have to be singing up here, because these guys really are doing a great job. When I went to England, I was with the spinners for maybe 8 months, and a guy in England walks up to me and says, "Hey, you must be Charlton." And I'm saying to myself, how can a guy in England, we're in Wales, how can a guy in Wales know me within 8 months of being with this fabulous group? But that's the reason. It's a fabulous group. And whoever comes into the group, they immediately get into the encyclopedia, and people over in Great Britain, they love American music. I mean, love it, and especially old music. They cherish it. And so, as soon as you get in the group, they know all about you. They're on the internet. They know everything about you day one. So that was amazing. That was an amazing experience, John.
Is there a favorite song from the Spinners that you like to sing when you're on stage? It just really touched your heart and made you want to open up and sing it?
Three. There's three. I have to. It's a package of three. I don't want to single just one of these songs out, because all three of these songs, and I mean all of the hits, the classic hits, are great in my heart. But the three that sticks out for me, and I perform these songs, one is Sadie. What a gut-wrenching, emotional song about losing your mother. So that one is just, I cherish that song. Mighty Love, I also cherish that one. I had never sung a song that had that much drive. Mighty Love is just, when you're cooking with Mighty Love, it's on fire, and the crowd is on fire with you. And the third one is, of course, love don't love nobody. It takes a fool to learn that love don't love nobody. It's gut wrenching, just like Sadie. It's emotional, and you have to sing those songs from the heart. So when I do those songs, my heart is totally 100% in it.
Mm. Wow, that's exciting, man. It had to be exciting being on stage. Talk about the energy on the stage. The Spinners have that choreography. Tell us about the choreography of the group.
Again, we all, now, Henry taught us the basics. All the basic spinner steps, we got that from Henry, and just studying the history and the dates of the originals. Then all of us guys brought something to the table.
Mm-hmm.
So all the gimmicks, there's a lot of nuances and a lot of new gimmicks and things like that we brought to the table when we all came to the group.
Mm-hmm.
And each one of us, myself, Mr. Jesse Peck, bass singer extraordinaire.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell him that because he's not just a bass singer. He's a multi-faceted,
mm-hmm.
talented guy. And I have never seen a bass singer that's that multifaceted. That's
mm-hmm.
all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Mr. Marvin Taylor, what a great, great, great classy singer he is. And he really grew as he came into the group. He grew exponentially.
Mm.
If you look at Marvin when he first came to the group and look at him maybe 3 years, 4 years later, he just got better and better and more comfortable. And Ronnie Moss is a specialist in our group. He's got a voice that'll go up and crack the clouds. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
His voice will go up above the clouds.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Henry is the original legend.
Mm-hmm.
He's the teacher. He's the one that disciplined us. He's the one that cracked that whip.
Mm-hmm.
And he refined my talent, and he taught me how to be a true spinner.
Mm-hmm. So you were a fan of the group before you joined the group, Charlton?
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. The Spinners were probably in the top 2-3 group of my favorite groups all time when I was growing up. And, they always had a sound that was so unique. Their sound, if you listen to their sound, they use a lot, some of the original recordings used a lot of females in the background and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
And so their songs crossed over in a way that was really unique. And I could hear that when I was like 12, 13 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I was a kid, Motown was in its heyday. I'm born and raised in Detroit. So, 63, 64, 65, I'm a young kid, and I'm hearing all these wonderful sounds. And eventually the Spinners were in that bugle that was coming into my head. And I always seen the photos on the Motown albums of the Spinners sitting in chairs, and after they really left Motown, that's when they really blew up and went to Atlantic Records.
Mm-hmm.
And the Spinners were on top of the world.
Mm-hmm. Well, outside of the Spinners, because they're one of my favorite groups too, who are some of the other groups or recording artists that inspired you to sing?
My favorite group growing up, number one, was the Temptations.
Mm-hmm.
So you have the Temptations, you have the Spinners, the Four Tops of that era, Smokey Robinson and the Miracles. I don't want to leave anybody out because there's so many great groups out there.
Mm-hmm.
The OJs, absolutely, the OJs. And so, as far as groups, then all the solo artists like Sam Cooke, Marvin Gaye, Al Green, and then the female singers like Gladys Knight,
mm-hmm.
Aretha Franklin, Diana Ross, all those singers. Michael Jackson, of course, the Jackson 5 were a big influence on me. And so if you take all of them and just put them in a pot and stir them up, and then, I'm influenced by all that, and then you add a lot of me in there, then you get Charlton, Washington.
Not only were you influenced by those groups, you also got to tour with a lot of those groups. What was the experience touring with some of those other acts on the show? So you were on some of the same shows as many of those artists.
It was an absolute pleasure. and it was phenomenal. And all of the guys, you know, were really nice, and you know, everybody was really a pleasure to work with and work around. All the other singers, and we, again, you're right, we worked with almost all the acts out there over my 13-year period. You know, there's very few acts we haven't worked with, and many times over, in fact. And it's like a big time family out there, and it's very. I enjoy it. I respect the business. I respect my comrades, and so it was a lot of fun, a lot of exciting.
Well, it was great. I mean, I had the opportunity to first meet you when we were doing an interview for the R&B Showcase magazine. That was been more than, 12 or 13 years ago, wasn't it?
Absolutely, because when we did that interview, Purvis Jackson was with us. That was in my first year.
Right.
You know, in fact, yeah, Purvis Jackson was in the group at that time. And so we had three originals, myself, Purvis Jackson, and Bobby and Henry. And Spike DeLon was also.
Yes.
And he's also a fabulous entertainer and performer, and a good friend of mine.
Spike also went with the Four Tops too.
It was just great when I first came in and had all those guys with me. And then going from them and also bringing in and introducing Jesse first, Marvin second, and Ronnie Moss third.
A great group, a lot of energy on that stage, though. I mean, you're doing the James Brown and everything up there.
We had so much fun.
You did.
I mean, it's just so much fun.
It's always nice to go to work and enjoy your work, and enjoy your job, and the love of singing and performing.
Yeah, and it's always great when we came towards Philly too. We have always had a great time and great experiences when we came in that area.
Tell us about your inspiration. You also had some other recordings prior to becoming a Spinners. You had some recordings out. Tell us about that era for Charlton, Washington.
Prior to joining the Spinners, my first single that I released was a song titled "In the Mood," and I released it in 1999, right before the year 2000. It was back during my hair days, and I'm in the process right now of remixing and remastering and re-releasing that song. But it's a great song. It was a great ballad, and I did that. I've also performed R&B showcases in and around Detroit, especially for Detroit Public Schools. I went all around Detroit Public Schools performing R&B showcases for the children in Detroit. And that was a wonderful experience. I did that for about 5 years, and performed in and out of Detroit with groups and solo throughout my life prior to joining the Spinners. I did join the Spinners in 2007, and that was a great experience. And we recently parted ways right before the pandemic, in fact. Jim. March of this year. We parted ways, and that was again a great experience. And since then I've been impacted by this world pandemic, and in a very profound way. I lost my daughter-in-law during the pandemic, and I felt victimized. But then I said, wait a minute. There's a lot of people that feel victimized out here. You know what I mean? And when that happened, I actually turned to my daughter and I told her, these people that's dying out here are real people. And now we know that firsthand. And so it was a traumatic experience. And I watched the pandemic unfold like everyone else. And I was horrified with what I seen, Tim. As I watched it unfold, we know that it hit China, and then, it hit Spain, and then it hit Italy. And when it hit Italy, I was really watching. I was really watching, because it was like, wow. It hit Italy very, very hard. And, next thing you know, is right here in the U.S. of A. And I watched it unfold in New York. I mean, at that time during the pandemic, The news was the most important thing there was. People were dying every day. We had to learn how to protect ourselves. We didn't know anything. This is new to us. We haven't seen anything like this in over 100 years. And who can tell us about it?
Right.
And, and so the thing is, watching the first responders in New York, especially on CNN, without masks, using the same mask and putting themselves at risk. And a lot of those first responders were getting infected. A lot of the essential workers were getting infected. That horrified me. I was amazed. But also, it gave me a lot of pride in terms of the first responders. I looked at them in a whole different light. And I realized that we all would be lost. It would be total chaos without first responders and essential workers. I mean, I thought about that, and I'm like, we wouldn't last 5 minutes, 5 minutes without that, because there's incidents that go on at every second of the day in this country and around the world. So we need somebody to be able to step up, and once we lose them, we have total chaos. It'd be like the purge times 10. So as I was watching all this unfold and how it hit me, and then there was a challenge posted on my Facebook page. Somebody should write a song about the first responders. Somebody should write a song. All you entertainers, somebody should do it. Somebody should do it. And I took the challenge up to him. But even before before he made that post, I was anticipating writing a song anyway. And I saw everybody saying, thank you to the first responders. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I said, wait a minute. Somebody got to sing that. And I'm a singer, I'm a songwriter. I've been writing songs since I was 15. I've got hundreds of songs. There's going to be plenty of music coming behind this song. But the thing is, I wanted to write a song honoring those first responders because they're my heroes now, Tim. I mean, they're honestly my heroes because, they went out there and they were at risk. A lot of them died. A lot of them got infected and died. That I want to make sure I point that out too. A lot of first responders and essential workers who are on the front line lost their lives. And so for that, they're big heroes. And so I wanted to write a song. I wanted it to be fun and uplifting. And everybody was saying, thank you to the first responders. So I said, hey, I'm going to write a song, and I know that everybody's with me on this. So I titled the song, We Wanna Thank You. And it's directed directly to the first responders. And, proceeds from this song will go directly to the first responders and essential workers. So it's a fun song. You can party to this song. You can dance to it. You can play it in the club. You can play it at home. You can play it anywhere. And anybody can play it because all we're doing is honoring people that help people. And that's everybody. And so that's my motivation for writing this song.
Tim Marshall on the R&B Showcase. A very special guest is Charlton Washington, the former lead singer of the Spinners, and his brand new single making its R&B Showcase debut is dedicated to the first responders and essential workers of COVID-19. It's called We Want to Thank You on the R&B Showcase.
Hey! Hey! Thank you for your help to the first responders all around the world. Yeah, thank you for your help, 'cause you are our heroes. Yes. You know that I've been just feeling real down. You know they say something's going around in every city, in every town. Invisible so you can't see it now. Suddenly I just fell to the ground, and then I started just looking around. And then I seen these people in blue gowns. You know I think they're about to help me out. They say, so you gotta sit up, and you gotta lift your head up, and you gotta breathe in this cup. Now just breathe in and out. All we're trying to do is help you out, make you feel a little bit better now. All we're trying to do is build your energy up, energy up, energy up. Hey, hey, hey. We wanna thank you. We wanna thank you. To essential workers all around the world. Thank you for your help. Yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you for your help. Cause you run the world. Yeah, we wanna thank you. Yeah, we wanna thank you. You got your life on the line so we can be fine. Thank you for your help. Hey, thank you to all the doctors and nurses and EMS workers, yeah. Go out there fighting, putting your life on the line. First responders out there all the time. Essential workers got to go out to work. First responders all around the earth. First defenders all around the world. Helping every man, boy and girl. This a war that I know we can win. But this war, you know we gotta stay in. Cause we never seen nothing like this. Not a world pandemic. Not in the last 100 years. That could shut the who down. You know we're losing a lot of people now. You know we really just can't save them all. All we're trying to do is just break this fall, break this fall, break this fall. Hey, hey, hey. We wanna thank you. Yeah, yeah. We wanna thank you for all the help you give. Thank you people around the world. Hey, we wanna thank you for all the help and every woman and boy and girl. To all the doctors, to all the nurses, nurse assistants, to all the medical staff, to all the policemen, to all the firemen, to all the EMS, to all those first responders. We wanna say thank you to the military, y'all. Hey, 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 hey. To the military, to the Senate, to the Congress, to the government. Hey, thank you for your help. Hey, 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 yeah. To doctors and nurses and essential workers. Hey, thank you for your help. Whoa, to EMS workers and all first responders. Hey, thank you for your help. Hey, I dedicate this song to the first responders, to the first responders of COVID-19. I dedicate this song to the first responders, to the first responders of COVID-19.
Brand new music on the R&B Showcase. My very special guest is Charlton Washington, the former lead singer of the Spinners. And the single is entitled We Want to Thank You. And Charlton, we want to echo that. We want to thank you for your continued support for great causes, including dedicating this single to the first responders and essential workers of COVID-19. And we appreciate your support of this great cause and your continued giving back to the community.
Thanks a lot, Tim. I mean, it's truly heartfelt. I mean, it's truly heartfelt. My heart goes out to the first responders and essential workers around the world.
And you know, there's a lot going on in the world today. So there's certainly a lot of inspiration to write songs out there. You said you wrote over 1,000 songs, man. Unbelievable.
Oh yeah. Over my, I don't know if it's 1,000, but I have hundreds.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a good basket. I have a picnic basket of songs.
Okay.
And they're great. And I want to share those songs with the public as time go on. So you'll hear a lot more from Charlton Washington. My music would be available on charltonwashington.com.
Okay.
And it also will be streaming on all the major media platforms. In a couple of days, we have some tech work going on our platform right now, so it won't be on Apple maybe for a couple of days, but it's available right now on charltonwashington.com.
Charlton, I definitely appreciate you coming on the show here today, sharing this information, sharing history on the group, and sharing history on Charlton Washington and what you're doing now. And I'm glad to hear you're still out there, you're still performing, you're a great entertainer. So I encourage you just to keep on doing your thing.
Thank you so much, Tim. And it was a pleasure being on the show, and it was a pleasure talking to you guys in Philadelphia. What's up, Philadelphia?
Yes, indeed, brother. Thank you for being part of the show, and we appreciate you. And we look forward to talking to you soon. We're going to bring you back and have you on the. We have a TV show called R&B Showcase Live. So we want to invite you to come back and do the television show with us.
Good. Maybe I get a chance to perform the song live.
Yeah, that'd be great. When you're in town, when you're in Philadelphia, come on down.
Sounds great.
All right, man.
Take care, guys.
Thank you for checking in, Charlton.
Thank you, sir.
Take care. All right.